almost evening, everybody. And my name is Judy Rice. As president of the Actors Equity Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 2023 Foundation Awards ceremony. If you are not familiar with the Actors Equity Foundation, it's the philanthropic arm of Actors Equity, completely separate entities, but connected in our mutual efforts to better the working lives of the equity membership, along with nurturing the theater communities in which we work. While the foundation distributes grants to over 150 theaters nationwide, provides financial support to agencies serving the arts community, and gives recognition to artists who work in these theaters, a more recent and exciting development is career education for our members. To that end, we've initiated a masterclass program, seminars in adding tools to your professional toolbox, vocal health workshops, audition stress, casting, and stage combat, with more coming in the very near future. On behalf of the foundation, I'd like to acknowledge that Actors Equity Foundation recognizes that the era of gendered awards is coming to a close. The board of the foundation is currently working on developing a new model for these awards for the future, a model that reflects and reinforces the creative diversity that exists in our field. We are grateful to our grantors, including Richard Seff, who is here today. Welcome, Richard, as always. We would also like to recognize Actors Equity Association Executive Director, Al Vincent Jr. And to our great good fortune, his counterpart from Equity UK, the General Secretary of Equity, Paul Fleming. While our awards are funded by endowments, here's the pitch, the rest of our grants and programming rely on ongoing donations. If you would like to support the work of the foundation, I encourage you to take your program home. You'll find a QR code in the back, visual aids. You can also just visit the website actorsequityfoundation.org and click the Donate Now button. We really appreciate any contribution, no matter what the size. Also note that immediately following the ceremony, we'd like the honorees to gather in front of the Step and Repeat with your award for a group photo, and please remain with us for the reception if you're able. Now it is my great honor to introduce our host, a two-time Tony and Emmy Award winner and a Drama Desk winner. She is known for her precise comic delivery and her instantly recognizable Fosse-infused silhouette. Who else would it be but Bebe Neuwirth?
Thank you very much, Judy. Before we begin the presentation, please give a hand to musical artist and member of Maestra, Tina DeBaron. I'd like to welcome everyone here today, as well as those enjoying the live stream. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy. and everyone else. I'm so honored to be here to present this prestigious array of foundation awards tonight. The foundation was presented their first award in 1945 when Judy Holliday and Frederick O'Neill won the very first Clarence Derwent Awards. Tonight is the first time that the awards are being presented in a standalone ceremony, signaling a commitment to elevating the profile of both the artists as well as the work of the foundation. The first two award categories have two winners in each, selected by an esteemed panel of very busy critics. We'd like to take a moment to recognize them: Adam Feldman of Time Out, Joe Dominowitz, Harry Hahn of The Observer, Lisa Gardner, New York Sun, New York Stage Review, Frank Scheck, from the Hollywood Reporter, New York Stage Review, and Kobe Casal of Theaterly. Okay. The first award, and we're very grateful. The first award tonight is the Clarence Derwent Award. The award is given to 2 actors for the most promising performance in a supporting role as selected by our panel. So please welcome the first winner of the Clarence Derwent Award for their roof-raising performance as Lulu in the musical Shucked. The 2023 Tony Award winner for Best Supporting Actor in a Musical, Alex Newell.
Bebe Neuwirth just gave me an award. This is what dreams feel like. Thank you for this. I will be very, very, very brief. I like brief speeches. I did on my Tony Award. I said I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Thank you for this. Y'all think I'm promising? Thank you. I hope I can live up to that. To be seen for your art is something that not too many Black people get to say in their lives, and to be able to be seen for my art and my gifts and my talent is truly heartwarming, and I carry it with me throughout my entire life. So truly, thank you all for this.
Next to the stage, please welcome the 2023 Clarence Derwent Award winner for her riotous performance as Deborah in Kimberly Akimbo, which also won her the Tony Award for Best Supporting Actress in a Musical, Bonnie Milligan.
You're Bebe Neuwirth. It's like Alex said, what? Bebe Neuwirth just handed me a thing. That's crazy. You know, I've always wanted to be an actor since I was a little kid in a double wide trailer in the Midwest, and it took a while to get my equity card. And once I finally got it on the Kinky Boots first national tour, I was 30, so it took a while. And 9 years later, here we are, being called promising, which is exciting. And this is incredible, the fact that Judy Holliday was the first recipient in 1945 is monumental. That's somebody I've looked up to, and I so appreciate actors in general. What we do, who we are, bearing ourselves is so brave and beautiful, and this means the world. So thank you, everybody.
In 2003, the Actors Equity Foundation established the Richard Seff Award to be given to a male and female character actor who is 50 years old or older and who has been a member of Actors Equity for 25 years or longer. This is fabulous. Best performance in a featured or unfeatured supporting role in a Broadway or off-Broadway production. An actor may only receive this award one time. Please congratulate our first 2023 Richard Seff Award winner, Francis Guinan, for his harrowing performance as Fred in Downstate. Francis is unable to attend today's ceremony, but we are very lucky to have his video.
Hi. Well, this is just lovely. I'm so grateful for this. It's delightful, and actually it brings full circle my involvement with Steppenwolf Theatre Company and with Actors Equity. This award coming as it does from the Actors Equity Foundation. I started working for Steppenwolf in 1979, and that was the same year I joined Actors Equity. And it was for a production of Say Goodnight, Gracie. That was directed by last year's awardee, Austin Pendleton. And, how's this for a cast? Joan Allen, Jeff Perry, Glenn Headley, John Malkovich, and myself. It was a delightful time. And now here we are 44 years later. And again recognized by the Actors Equity Foundation, and again working with just a gorgeous cast for downstate by Bruce Norris. Tim Hopper, Sally Murphy, Glenn Davis, Suzanne Guzman, Brian Hutchinson, Gabby Samuels, Matthew Harris, Lori Vega, and of course Kay Todd Freeman. Lovely bunch of people, and I'm so grateful that I'm also sharing even a press release with Linda Lavin. I saw her in Broadway Bound some years ago, and the memory of the performance still makes me smile. So, hello to you, Ms. Lavin. Well, I'll be brief. Thank you, and I'm very touched by this. And viva la foundation. Bye-bye.
Oh, what a treat. His castmate, Kay Todd Freeman, will accept the award on Francis's behalf.
Francis is in Chicago, so he may never see this. That's where he lives. I just want to say really quickly, because this is the third play I've done with him. We shared a dressing room. He's a very humble, modest person. He's one of the best actors. He's literally a national treasure. I mean, sharing a scene, being on stage with him, he's so present, he's in the now, he's never faults, and he's just good people. And I've had such a pleasure to learn from him, to spend a lot of time with him. I'm so glad someone finally honored his performance in this play, because he does and continues to do remarkable jobs in whatever he's doing. So I'm glad of Francis. I love you, Francis. Thank you.
The next winner of this year's Richard Seff Award is Linda Lavin for her hilarious and searing performance as Callan in You Will Get Sick at the Roundabout Theater.
Very pointy, she says. Maybe Neuwirth just gave me an award. Very pointy. Beautiful. Thank you, Foundation. Thank you. Thank you to the Equity Foundation for this wonderful recognition. This will not be brief. When you're over 50, you need your husband to take you to the stage. And this award is given for those over 50 who've been in Actors Equity for over 25 years. I heard that tonight. And I heard it when Joan Glazer called me to say that I was being honored with this recognition. I'm very moved to be here and to be standing here and to be alive and to be still able to perform and still wanting to and having the passion and the perseverance and the people in my life with whom I have performed and who support me and give me the creative thrust and energy to perform and to live a wonderful life. This is a big surprise. I remembered today as I was walking around Bloomingdale's, where I first worked when I came to New York looking for work in the theater and got a job at Bloomingdale's in the handkerchief department. Today I was shopping there, and the little girl in me, the little child in me, remembered me from Portland, Maine, coming to New York 64 years ago. This may be my last award, so just get settled. So the point is that little child remembered today that this is what I always wanted. And today I have what I've always wanted, recognition for what I love to do. An award is something that dreams are made of, for sure. It doesn't come because I was alone. It comes because I have been surrounded by every one of you, whether you know me or I know you or not. You are all an inspiration to me and part of my life. I'm remembering as I stand here that when the great Ruth Gordon won her first Oscar at over 70, she held it in her hand and she said, "This is very encouraging." At my age, believe me, I am encouraged that I am still seen and heard, and that I can still do what I love to do. And I can't do it without any of you. And I want to acknowledge some of the people whose creativity and passion for what we do has brought me to this very moment. One of them is sitting over here. His name is Billy Stritch. One of them is sitting over here. His name is Jim Caruso. Next to him is Mark Sendroff. And to the leading man with whom I played in this wonderful play written by Noah Diaz and directed by Sam Dingleton, Daniel K. Isaac. Thank you. And Beth Glorioso, the greatest stage manager of all. And my darling husband, Steve Bakunis, who supports me with a spirit that lifts me and makes me know I am loved every day. I want to tell you that the surprise of this award, after that phone call, when Joan said it is the Richard Seff Award, blew me away. Richard Seff I came to New York in 1960. I was in a show called OK off Broadway at the East 74th Street Playhouse. And a man named Richard Seff, who was a handsome, dashing, brilliant, kind, sweet man, an agent at MCA, came backstage and said, "Come to my office tomorrow." And I did. And he signed me. He became my agent. Richard Seff, who's donated this award, who has honored me tonight with this award, was my first agent. As he said tonight, he took me out of the chorus. Thank you, Richard Seff, for your Thank you to the foundation and the work that you do. I know that there's an honorarium here with this award, and it means a lot. I'd like to donate it to the foundation, and I'd like you to know that if there's anything I can do in my life, at my time in life, as a performer or an educator or just showing up means everything to me, and as it does because you all are here. I'll end with this. Years ago, when things got tough, after 40 for women in this business, things get difficult. And by that I mean you become invisible. And it's very sad and very scary. Somebody once told me from the industry, if you can hang on on till you're 70. Things pick up.
The St. Clair Bayfield Award was established in 1973 to honor an actor giving the most outstanding performance in a supporting role in a Shakespearean play in the New York metropolitan area. The winner is chosen by our panel of critics. Previous winners include Dana Ivey, Bradley Whitford, Keith David, and last year's winner, Amber Gray. So please welcome the 2023 St. Clair Bayfield Award winner for his gallantly charming performance, according to the Wall Street Journal, as Duke Sr. in As You Like It, Darius to Haas.
Oh, wow. Still I Will Love. They're playing Still I Will Love. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you, Linda Lavin, for not being brief, because I had to write out my stuff. Because I couldn't, I had to really just get my thoughts together about this, because I was so shocked when I got the call about getting this award. So shocked and so grateful. Having a lot of full circle moments about this. I'm originally from Chicago, from the south side of Chicago. Frances Guinan I saw in a play called Little Egypt from the Steppenwolf Theater, which my sister sang the theme song from. So she sang on the, during the soundtrack of that show. K. Todd Freeman saw him in a show called Song of Jacob Zulu. Just leave it there. He was brilliant. Bebe Neuwirth I worked with in City Center Encores on their 10th anniversary. Linda Lavin, I sat at Ernie's restaurant when I was a host there. So it's just oh my goodness, and Linda had these big glasses. And she came in and I said, you just come right here. We're gonna put you in a nice seat. So thank you to Actors Equity Foundation for this honor. I am deeply, overwhelmingly grateful. In honoring my performance, you are truly honoring the power of community at its best, a full embracing of all of us. In As You Like It, I had the great privilege of being part of a powerful, joyful community of actors, artists, activists, teachers, young people, survivors, all part of the public theater initiative called Public Works, which is comprised of these groups. And I want to say their names because they deserve it, they truly do. Brownsville Recreation Center, Casita Maria Center for Arts and Education, Center for Family Life in Sunset Park, Children's Aid, Domestic Workers United, Dream Yard, the Fortune Society, Military Resilience Foundation, Bronx Wrestling Foundation. To be part of this incredible, beautiful group who unfailingly supported and cheered and lifted each other, lifted us up rehearsal after rehearsal, performance after performance, and who, after I had just lost my father, 2 weeks or so before starting rehearsal, all of them provided a love and a balm for my spirit that I am forever grateful for. I thank you to Lori Woolery, who is now the current leader of Public Works. It was started by Laird de Bessonet. Thank you to Lori Woolery for her direction and for her guidance and for writing this particular adaptation, As You Like It, to the amazing, powerful Shana Taub, who wrote that score, which I just had such a epiphany singing every night. It was joyful and so moving Andrea Grody, a wonderful musical director, all of the crew that works at the Public Theater. It was not easy to have a corralling of originally like 100 or so people. Back in 2017, we went down to 50 people, 50, 60 people, but still that's a lot of people working through COVID and everything else, so thank you to everyone. I want to thank you to my friends for coming to support me today. Thank you to my mother, who continues to be my biggest inspiration, my sister Aisha for her love and steadiness, and my husband Kyle, who has loved, lifted, and is my biggest support through all the tribulations and triumphs. So thank you. I would not be able to do this without you. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Thank you so
Next, we present the Joe A. Callaway Award. This award was established in 1989 to honor actors for the best performances in a classical play in the New York metropolitan area. Among the luminaries who have received the Callaway are Victor Garber, as well as Alfred Woodard and Kathleen Shelfar. That's a list. Please help us celebrate the 2023 winner of the Joe A. Callaway Award, Michael Patrick Thornton, for his evocative and moving performance as Dr. Rank in A Doll's House. Oh,
Well, I can't believe Bebe Neuwirth just got to take a picture with me. This is amazing. 20 years ago, I got very sick. I had a spinal stroke. And it was the health insurance through Actors Equity that allowed me to return to the thing I love, which is acting. Actors Equity picked up over $1 million of medical bills. I'm sorry about that. We could have had a lot better wine here. Maybe buffet, who knows? And it was such a moving experience to know that my union had my back, that the theater company, of which I served as artistic director of the Gift at the time, which was the smallest equity theater in the United States, about 30 seats. I made the decision that they should have the same opportunity I did of being able to go equity. And so we did. And we were the smallest equity theater in the country, and that theater is still going very strong. So to be here tonight in a celebration at Actors Equity means the world. It also means the world to have two Steppenwolf Ensemble members represented. Steppenwolf, besides my own theater, for many years was the only theater that ever said, we're going to find a place for you. And they've been a close cousin and collaborator for 15 years now. Thanks to my wife, Lindsay. I don't know where she is. Oh, there you go. I love you. Thank you for always having my back and supporting me. My friends Becky and David are here tonight, two incredible actors who I'm sure will be getting their awards some years down the line. And my pal Angie, who worked on A Doll's House, who kept me sane and grounded, and by virtue of a million different acts of kindness, so thank you. My mom and dad are watching at home in Chicago on the World Wide Web, so thank you, Mom and Dad, and we will be home soon. And finally, to the Jamie Lloyd Company and the Hudson Theater that bent over backwards to make an antiquated space wheelchair friendly, that gave me a sense of dignity and purpose so that I could just show up and do my job. Last year, there was only one actor on Broadway who used a chair. That was me. This year, there were two, and I'm hoping next year there's far more than three. Thank you so much.
short break, Bebe. Where'd she go? There you are. Okay. While I present this next award. In 1971, the Council of Actors Equity Association established the Paul Robeson Committee to administer and present this annual award to an individual or organization that best exemplifies and practices the principles and ideals of the great humanitarian Paul Robeson. My name, as I told you, is Deborah Sharp Taylor, and right now, as chair of the committee, I am so proud and so happy to present this award to Mr. Dale Ricardo Shields.
Thank you. I still want to be Bebe. Don't leave here. Okie doke. Brief, but I'm an academic. Thank you, dear artist. I honor your stories. I treasure your history. What can be said at all can be said clearly. But whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent. Loudly, I thank the Paul Robeson Committee and the Actors Equity Office of Diversity and Inclusion for your work and this very important and supportive award. Thank you to my friends who nominated me. I give honor to Paul Robeson this evening. Athlete, actor, singer, cultural scholar, author, political activist, a spokesman for civil rights. Paul Robeson was a 20th century Renaissance man, yet his radical political beliefs are but all erased from popular history. To this day, Paul Robeson's many accomplishments remain obscure by the propaganda of those who have tirelessly dogged him throughout his life. His role in the history of civil rights as a spokesman for the oppressed of other nations remains relatively unknown. Paul Robeson got involved in civil rights campaigns across the world while dealing with McCarthyism in his own backyard, something which would destroy his career. These are unfortunately still very complicated and intense times, right? We're still going through it. Paul Robeson said this: artists, they're the gatekeepers of truth. We are the civilization of radical voice. Every artist, every scientist must decide where he stands. He has no alternative. There is no standing above the conflict on Olympian heights. There's no impartial observers. Through the destruction in each country of the greatest of man's literary heritage, through the propaganda of false ideas of radical and national superiority, the artists, the scientists, and the writers are challenged. The struggle invades the formerly cloistered halls of our universities and other seats of learning. The battlefield is everywhere. There is no sheltered rear. In closing, I've learned so much about you, us, and thereby myself. Our greatest responsibility is to be good ancestors by passing our history on and sharing our stories. So, even though I'm speaking to all of you, to the young lady that I call daughter, to my two young cousins, recently graduated, and to the young man that calls me Uncle, Kenny Seymour, Broadway maestro. Good to hear him call me Uncle Dale. The art and truth of our experiences, there is no greater validation. I hope that all four of you and everybody in the room continue to share your stories. Let them hear you, as they would say in ragtime, right? Hopefully, that is the Robeson thing to do. So, right on. I am Dale Ricardo Shields, with the growing moniker of Brother Dale. I am happy, I am humbled, and thrilled to be in your company. I tip of the hat to Mr. Robeson. Thank you so much. Forward.
Robeson told Harry Belafonte the first time he went to hear him perform, and Harry was one of our illustrious winners as well. I'm happy to tell you that in addition to Mr. Shields, the following winners will be honored in their home cities. Playwright Pearl Clegg, honored in 2022, and this year's honoree, the Black Repertory Theater of Kansas City. Can we give them a hand?
Great. This is really wonderful. Okay. This is, okay.
Fine.
Okay, now, the Michael McCarty Recognition Award. Michael McCarty, a veteran equity actor who appeared in 11 Broadway shows, died in 2015 in Santa Barbara, and established an award to be presented to a member of Actors Equity over the age of 50 residing in Los Angeles. In Michael's own words, this award is intended for a lunch bucket theater professional, not a star who has made a life in the theater, not a star, but someone who has made a life in the theater. I am honored to present the 2023 Michael McCarty Award winner, stage manager, Mary Kay Klinger.
Hi y'all, Mary Klinger here. My dear colleagues, my dear friends, thank you so much for the Michael McCarty Award. It is both a surprising and delightful honor to receive. I have spent much of my 43 years in equity in and around Los Angeles, helping to create that incredibly collective and unique art that is theater. This award is particularly gratifying now as I fully retired. I promise. I fully retired, really. I stage managed my last show over a year ago now at the Wilshire Ebell Theater in Los Angeles, which is, interestingly, my very beginning of my career, I ran follow spot there. So it's kind of a nice circular thing. Thank you to the folk who nominated me, Linda Tross, Charlene Woodard, Vernon Willett, and Doug Carfrey. You guys rock. Working in theater has brought me lifelong and absolute joy. I found actors to be the most generous and fragile people in the world. In fact, it would never have occurred to me to be a stage manager if I didn't love actors as much as I do. I think sometimes we forget just how hard it is to get up there on that stage night after night in front of an audience and perform. I'm struggling just doing this. You are all magnificent. You are marvelous. You are amazing. I could never do that. I salute you all, my dear actors. Well, without you, you are just words on a page that I'm having trouble reading. I salute you too, my fellow stage managers, because you know your own worth. I've spent much of my career at Center Theater Group, Mark Taper Forum, with the phenomenal Gordon Davidson, mentor and true friend. It was there that I learned how to stage manage well, and where I found most of my greatest friends. I stage managed 2 shows on Broadway, all because I had stage managed those magnificent shows on the Taper stage first. And yes, my heart is broken that the Taper has had to close. I've worked all over the country, but I've always returned to Los Angeles again and again, to my garden, my family, my husband, and my home. I want to thank my many mentors, including Jimmy McDermott, Tom White, Murray Hepner, Michelle Miner, George C. Wolfe, Gordon Davidson, of course, and the incomparable Frank Bear. Congratulations to all the other award recipients. Congratulations, everybody. And thank you to Actors Equity Foundation for this award. It really, really touched me. I send my love and appreciation to each member of Actors Equity. We survive and we thrive together. Go Union. Most of all, I want to thank my husband, Phil Hilo, without whom I could have done nothing. I would have done nothing. Absolutely, literally nothing. He's been with me since before the beginning and stood by me through all the bad times and all the good. And by the way, happy Pride. Love y'all.
Our final award this evening was established in 2007 to honor an individual who has worked tirelessly for the betterment of actors and stage managers. The Patrick Quinn Award for Distinguished Service to Actors was established by his estate to recognize and reward those who give so much of themselves to improve the lives of equity members. Patrick Quinn served 3 terms as president of Actors Equity and, before his untimely passing, had just assumed the role of executive director, which was an historic first. Patrick was a tireless, charismatic, passionate leader who inspired confidence in the members as well as attracting many others to the service of the union. We are very happy that Patrick's nephew, Christopher Quinn, could be with us today. This year's recipient is a multi-Tony Award winner and nominee, was inducted into the Theater Hall of Fame in 2016, and has already received the Isabel Stevenson Award for his outstanding service. Stokes' service as the chairman of the Entertainment Community Fund, formerly the Actors Fund, comes to a close this year after 19 years of dedication. Recently, he co-founded the Black Theater United Coalition. It is my great pleasure to present the Patrick Quinn Award for Distinguished Service to Actors to Brian Stokes Mitchell.
Hello, fellow equity members and friends. My apologies that I am not there in person with you all, especially since what we do is live theater. I had intended to be with you live and in person, but life and work had other plans for me. So I am grateful that I can be with you all via this video feed. First and foremost, congratulations and thanks to all my fellow honorees today for your contributions to our art and to this union, a union that I have been a member of for 47 years now. I'm especially honored to be receiving an award named in recognition of Patrick Quinn. I knew Patrick and was a great admirer of his dedication, his heart, and his kind spirit. He was also a person who deeply believed in service. Service has always been an important part of my family tradition and continues to be. As a matter of fact, I'd love to tell you about all of the family members and friends who have inspired me with their dedication and service to others, even in the face of sometimes unimaginable adversity, but it would take too long to properly thank and honor them here. So I would like to choose just one person who has led by example and inspired me for as long as I have known her, which is many, many years. She also comes from a family of service and has devoted her life to the same. and she has a long and deep connection to Actors Equity Association, being a stage veteran with 6 Broadway shows and numerous other regional productions under her belt. She's one of the longest-serving members on Equity Council, serving many, many years on the Production Contract Committee, the Committee on Chorus Affairs, and currently as the EEOC Committee Chair. I happen to know firsthand that she spends more than a 40-hour work week donating her time, talent, and heart for the betterment of the members of our union in her council meetings and also in personal one-on-one meetings and phone calls. She spends that extra time in order to deeply understand the issues and needs of performers in leading roles in the chorus and in stage management, with particular attention to performers with different abilities and performers of color. That person happens to be my beautiful, dedicated, intelligent, activist wife, Allison Tucker. Thank you, Allison, for giving so much to this union in order to improve the lives of all of us. She's also one of the founding members of Black Theatre United, has been an incredible advocate of the arts and the Entertainment Community Fund, and she was also a great friend of Patrick Quinn, which brings us back to where we started. I think that what Patrick, Allison, and all of the other family members and friends that have dedicated their lives to service have in common is a sense that when the universe has been good to you and asks you to give back, you say yes. Although I think we would also agree that even when things aren't so good and we find ourselves depressed or down or facing unimaginable adversity, one of the best ways to turn those feelings of despair around is to help others. I'm grateful that I have been gifted with so many opportunities in my life and so many giving people like Allison and Patrick Quinn. I would likely not be the recipient of this award without their inspiration and influence. There is still so much work to be done. That money that is gratefully attached to this award will be put back to good use at Black Theatre United and the Entertainment Community Fund to help others as we all collaborate together through challenges and adversity, through good times and bad, as we endeavor to bring more equity, diversity, kindness, empathy, inspiration, and enlightenment to the world. Thank you so much.
I'd like to extend a sincere thank you to the honorees for their dedication and artistry, and to our panel of critics for the hard task, really hard task, of choosing winners among so many wonderful performances this season. Finally, to the Equity staff who helped make this event happen, we thank you all. Member for the past 45 years myself, I would like to say thank you for allowing me into your room today to be with all of you. This is one of the most inspiring, beautiful gatherings, and everyone's words have been magnificent, and it's just really a wonderful, wonderfully inspiring event. So now, for those honorees that were able to stay, please bring your award to the Step and Repeat for a brief photo. And we invite everyone to mingle and join us for refreshments, accompanied once again by the pianist and maestro member, Tina DeVaron. Thank you.
Just getting up was hard. Another one of go. And coming down the steps, I didn't want to fall. Congratulations. Thank you.